It's funny, sometimes the biggest lessons about huge ideas, like courage, don't come from some dense textbook. Nope, they come from the simplest stories. And today, we're going to dig into one of those, a story about a tiny hero with a truly giant heart.
So that brings us to the big question, right? What's the real difference between being fearless and being brave? Are they the same thing, or is there something more to it? We're going to use the story of Benny the Brave Bunny as our guide to find a really powerful answer.
Okay, first up, an explorer's fear. Let's get to know our hero in his ordinary world, before everything changes. So, welcome to Brightwood Forest. This is home to our main character, Benny. He's just a little bunny, but as you're about to see, he's on the verge of doing something very, very big.
And right off the bat, we get to the heart of the matter. The main conflict here isn't some big, scary monster. It's inside Benny himself. On one hand, he's got this incredible passion for exploring. But on the other, he's held back by a totally real fear of the dark woods. That's a feeling I think we can all relate to, right?
So next up, a call in the dark. Something is about to happen that's going to force Benny to face that fear. This is his classic call to adventure.
And here it is, the moment that kicks everything off. And it's not a quest for gold or for glory or anything like that. It's a mission for a friend. His friend, Leela the Ladybug, is lost. And where is she lost? Oh yeah, the one place Benny is terrified of, the dark woods. So this is the choice Benny's facing. And it's so simple, but wow, it's powerful. You've got his friend's safety on one side and his own deep, real fear on the other. The whole story really just comes down to this one decision: stay safe or be a good friend.
All right, Section 3, a leap of faith. This is that huge moment of decision where Benny commits to the journey and, well, crosses the threshold.
I just love this little detail. After taking a deep breath, it's such a small thing, but it tells you everything. It shows he didn't just rush in blindly. No, he felt the fear, he sat with it for a second, and then he acted. And this is it. This is the line that says it all. Notice he's not saying, "I'm not scared." He's totally aware of his size, his limitations, but he's choosing to focus on what he can do. This is him accepting the call and stepping right over that personal line from fear into action.
And now for the climax of the story, the smallest hero. Benny's made his choice, and now we get to follow him right into the unknown as he faces his fear head-on.
So the mission itself is pretty clear. He has to face those whispering trees, which is just a perfect way to describe his fear, right? And he uses his focus, Leela's tiny glow, as his North Star. He doesn't get swallowed by the big, scary darkness. He just focuses on that one little light that he can help.
And just look at this. What a complete flip. The one who was so afraid is now the one giving comfort. He's not just saving Lila physically, he's calming her fears with the strength he literally just discovered in himself. It's such a beautiful moment of growth.
So, what's his prize for all this bravery? There's no treasure chest, no medal from a king. The reward is something you feel. It's the fact that he did it, that his friend is safe, and that deep down satisfaction of knowing he did the right thing.
All right, let's bring it all home. Section 5, what courage means. This is the wisdom, the big lesson that the story brings back for all of us to learn from. Okay, so if you were to look up bravery in the dictionary, you'd get something like this. It talks about having strength to face danger or fear. And yeah, it's accurate, but it feels a little cold, doesn't it? A little clinical. So let's ask ourselves, does Benny's story add something to that definition? Does it give us a deeper, more emotional truth? I think it absolutely does.
And there it is, the core message of this whole story. This is the real treasure. Being brave has nothing to do with not being scared. Courage isn't being fearless. It's about helping, about doing the right thing while you are scared.
So let's just break this down nice and simple. There's this myth that heroes don't feel fear. But the reality, the thing Benny just showed us, is that true courage is about feeling the fear and doing it anyway. It's about letting your kindness be bigger than your fear. If we boil this entire thing down to one single idea to take away, this is it. Benny wasn't trying to prove how tough he was just trying to be a good friend. He was motivated by kindness, and that kindness is what gave him the strength to be courageous.
And that leaves us with one final thought. We all have our own dark woods, right? Our own fears. The lesson from Benny is to stop focusing on the huge, scary darkness, and instead look for that small light, the friend who needs a hand. the small act of kindness you can do. So the question is, whose tiny glow could you follow?